and welcome to our channel. Keep liking, don't forget to subscribe, and make sure you continue to share. In the news, what I am seeing is that it is going to be a very serious time for the president. Who said this? Primate Ayodele. According to Nigerian Tribune, Primate Elijah Ayodele, the spiritual leader of Unity Evangelical Spiritual Church, has predicted tough times ahead of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, despite commending his efforts so far. Speaking through a statement signed by his media aide, Osho Oluwatosin, the cleric acknowledged improvements under Tinubu's leadership, but warned that the next phase will require even greater vigilance and wisdom. What I am seeing at this moment is that it is going to be a very serious time for the president. Ayodele declared, while he admitted Tinubu had performed better than his predecessor, especially in sectors like infrastructure, food distribution, energy, and national security, he cautioned that the road ahead was fraught with challenges. He specifically urged the president to pay closer attention to youth empowerment and unity across the nation. Tinubu must work tirelessly on youth engagement and national cohesion, he added. The cleric's remark come just days after President Tinubu reaffirmed his commitment to major infrastructure projects such as the legacy highways and railway linking Nigeria with Niger Republic. Despite these advancements, Ayodele believes the administration risks undermining its success through wrong policies and unresolved issues such as inflation, unemployment, and hardship among the citizens. Even the Tribune newspaper captioned the discussion of the cleric this way. It says, "You have done better than Buhari in 2 years." Primate Ayodele hails Tinubu. Well, of course, we are in the midterm of the reign of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and to a large extent, we could remember that as the man started, he started by saying subsidy is gone. That was in May 29, 2023, and here we are now in 2025. When he made that statement, hardship began for Nigerians. And he himself came out to speak specifically as regards that tough times are ahead of Nigerians. And true to his words, it was tug of war, times were tough, things were bad, all the economic indices were in the north, everything skyrocketed. But then he put in place some, small, mid-term, medium-term, long-term, even policies. And then they begin, his own belief is that in the long run, it's going to yield result. But of course, trust Nigerians. They met his decisions with great vehemence and they begin to criticize him hardly because of the effect on the common man. And then he was advised to also put low-hanging fruits, which eventually he did, but you also trust some Nigerians. They want to make money and millions and billions through such things. And we could see at the end of the day, some heads roll, including the Minister for Humanitarian department and all other things, that is already given the responsibility of dropping all these low-hanging fruit for Nigerians. But then somehow she was careless and then she was booted out. But then as the day go by, the short-term, plans and then the long-term plans and the medium-term plan began to yield little by little. We could see when subsidy was gone that the prices just soared even above 1,000 naira. But as at today, that it is 2 years in office, the price with NNPC as at today is 895 naira. And also the price of naira too against dollar, it also skyrocketed. It just moved at an astronomical level because the president also moved into that sector in order to remove arbitrage and also to help us to understand the real value of our currency, the naira. He had to remove every subsidy there and make sure that the same amount you buy, even in the black market, is the one you even see, even in the banks too, so even in official markets too. And as a result of that, naira was so bad against dollar, but as of today, it is still in its bad shape, but it is already stabilized. So we are looking at all these things together, and then these are some of the crop of things that make this primate to say, oh, well, President Tinubu has done better in his own time, comparing it to that of his predecessor, knowing fully well that during those times, what Nigerians believe is that immediately something goes up in price in Nigeria, it never comes down. But President Tinubu has come to change the narrative. As things were going up, they kept on also coming down. They were fluctuating. For example, as at today, January last year, December last year, a bag of rice is around 120,000 naira from one point in the country to another to about 100,000. But today, as of May 29, and as we are in June now, the price of a bag of rice is at 58,000 naira. And the clergyman is also saying, looking at all these indices, even the inflation was around 24.7 last year, and it has also reduced into 23 point something this year. So the belief of the clergyman is that yes, some of the indices are ticking for the president. Those things that are already up north, that are already skyrocketed, are coming down. The ones that are not coming down are stabilizing. And then also the area of minimum wage too, because the labor also came out to fight the president to stand still, and he had to move the minimum wage from the former official 30,000 to 70,000, which is also a feat, even though the naira devaluation has eroded the money. But all things being equal, the clergyman believes that even though the indices are getting better now, because the medium-term plan of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is beginning to yield, and then we are looking up to the long term now, he is of the opinion that more challenges are ahead for this president, even though he has gotten some things right. And I think it's a good thing that even people from the clergy can come out to tell the president that, look, you need to work more for Nigerians. That's just the reality. Because Nigeria wants those numbers to come down the more. The inflation should leave the double digit to a single digit. That's the plan. That's what Nigerians want. Even the value of naira should come down from 1,005 to, let's say, around 700, at least for a start. And also every other things, the price of oil should come down further, pharmaceuticals and things like that. And let him also take the advice of the clergyman to work on cohesion of this country, because the unity of the nation is important. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.